So I'm going to do a lot of quick math. I need you guys to check me, okay? Make sure.
We will.
I'm going to try and do some quick math, and if I pull out some number that makes no sense, I need you to let me know that it made no sense. So yeah, we're looking for numbers. We're getting up closer to 90.
Yeah.
Which means we're going to start to see the jumpers that we're going to see in the grand finals on Friday.
So let's introduce the Heat 51.
Okay, great. I can do that.
Yes, you can do
So
that.
from Jumping Eagles, we have Lindsay. From Jazzy Jumpers, Finlay. From Just Jumpin', Ella. Essex Energizers from Canada, Harley. From Abbotsford Skipping Sensations, also from Canada, Libby. From Jump Stations, Hallie. From Albuquerque Air in New Mexico, Charlie. From the Bouncing Bulldogs in North Carolina, Olivia. From Jump Rope Club Nayu from France, Charlene. YMCA Super Skippers, also from North Carolina, Lauren. Burning Ropes from Germany, Jasmine. The Georgian Jumpers, Julia. Jump Rope Club Nayu, Celia. And Team France, Sally.
I have, so we were talking about the arms and keeping them together. I was talking to Mr. Roger Crozier yesterday, and he is one of the commentators, so he's responsible to introduce everybody competing on the floor.
In the
arena.
In the arena. Right.
In the arena. And he is still coaching. He used to be on team and coach a team in Texas. And he told me yesterday a story, he told me yesterday how he teaches to keep arms low. And he told me that he's bending. He's tying arms to the body. So it gets the feeling
of having your arms in. Because that is how you want to have your arms, kind of like they're like glued to the side of your body.
Yeah. So it's not like really tight, but just to...
That's so funny.
It is so funny.
That's great.
He's one of the first coaches. Like,
yeah, he's one of the giants in the sport in which all of these things get to happen. Because he said there will be a team here, and he said a lot of the things in the sport get to happen.
Yeah, totally. And I have more things to say about Mr. Roger Crozier and how big role he played in this sport and in World Jump Rope, and he influenced a lot of people. So let's keep it for later.
Yeah, we might even be able to get him up for an interview. How about that?
Yeah, we might.
All right.
Yeah, we have to keep this interesting stories also for the other days. So not that we're saying everything we know, what we found the past year. So let's see, heat number 52. We have Just Jumping, Riley. Jump Company USA, Lily. Hot Shots, TN, Karen. Comet Skippers, Karina. Perform Airborne, Haley. Super Skippers, YMCA, Jessica. Burning Ropes, Germany. Delaney. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. Jizzy Jumpers, Ella. Bouncing Bulldogs, Dalia. Bouncing Bulldogs, Sabrina. From Bulldogs, Hannah. Comet Skippers, Allison. Evon Ariel Orioles, Bailey. Georgian Jumpers, Rosalie. Bulldogs, Zoe. Burning Ropes, Melina. And that's
wonderful. All right, and we've gotten some recommendations for people to interview, and I love it. We're going to try and get them on here, so keep those coming in.
And if you're interested to have specifically a person being interviewed here with us, let us know, and we will be happy to bring the person here and talk to the person in our live stream.
So for those of you that are just tuning in, you are watching the World Jump Rope Championships 2018, and we are currently on the 30-second speed, heat 52.
Female division 13-14.
I'm not sure if you're all able to hear it from the live stream, but we're getting to the pace where we can hear their ropes. We can hear how fast they're going. That's kind of like a whipping sound. That's how you know we've gotten to the real fast jumpers.
How do you, Erica, how did you deal with the audience like cheering you on in competition?
Excuse me, let me interrupt you. I would just like to say that we've seen on this on the floor a score with 90 unofficially.
Wow.
So we were talking about watching the scores, and we are searching for 90 over 90 right now. So we've seen one of those right now.
Do you know who did it?
Yeah, it was station number 5, and it was
Proform Airborne.
Proform Airborne Haley.
Proform is a very fast team. Out of Idaho in the United States, a team that's head coached by one of the Monica, who runs this competition, and they have a very long-standing legacy of good jumpers and good speed jumpers, and so not surprised to hear a big number like that from Proform. All right, so
Heat number 53.
53. All right, so we have Albuquerque Air, Brennan. From Jump Company USA, Hannah. Abbotsford Skipping Sensations, Clea. From the Lincoln Leapers, Samantha. From Jump Rope Club, Nayu Gwinnell. From Indie Air Bears, Abigail. Essex Energizers, Hannah. Hot Shots, Paige. Jump Stations, Kiana. Bouncing Bulldogs, Michaela. Funny Skippers, Joanna. Bouncing Bulldogs, Izzy. Bouncing Bulldogs, Maya. Essex Energizers, Harley. And Lincoln Leapers, Paige. And Essex Energizers, Tia. So that round was a lot. There were a lot of Canadian jumpers, and the Canadian jump rope community is not only large, but a really important part of this international jump rope community. There's a lot of not only great jumpers and good teams in Canada, but some of the most forward research about jump rope is coming out of that country, and they're doing a lot to make sure that we're bringing the science behind jump rope into the sport, and we're able to use it in a way that's going to best benefit the jumpers. Special shout out to Sarah Dabrowski, who commentated with me for a few years. She's one of the most forward-thinking minds in the sport of jump rope to me, and has really made so much of her life's work about the science behind jump rope.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. She's not just an amazing person doing lots for jump rope. She's an amazing jumper. She was commentating and doing researches. So we're missing you, Sarah. If you're watching, we're saying hi.
All right, so we're now on heat 54. We have from Essex Energizers, Peyton. Bouncing Bulldogs, Sarah. Cardinal Skippers, Marisa. Funny Skippers, Emily. Kangaroo Kids out of Howard County, Maryland, Isla. Essex Energizers, also from Canada, Kiara. APRS, the Association of Portuguese Rope Skipping, Anna. The Lincoln Leapers out of Canada, Sophia. Jazzy Jumpers, Ella out of Australia. Comet Skippers in Mason, Ohio, Jacqueline. Comet Skippers, Anna. Jump Stations, Elisa. YMCA Super Skippers, Andrea. Skip Stations, also out of North Carolina, Jordan. Bouncing Bulldogs, Maya. And Team France, Eva.
And there was just another 90, I believe, on the floor.
Did you see who did it?
It was, I believe, yellow. On the field station.
It would be 13.
Yes.
Let's see what they were.
So it was YMCA Super Skippers and Andrea.
So the Super Skippers are one of the fastest teams in the sport. definitely want to keep, as we go through these speed events, you want to be watching the YMCA Super Skippers. So the state of North Carolina has a pretty packed house in terms of jump rope. We have my team, Bouncing Bulldogs, who's one of the biggest teams at this competition. We have the Skip Stations, who's also a very talented group, both speed and freestyle, and then the Cary Super Skippers are one of those teams that, especially in the last few years, have really come to push all of the limits. And in speed specifically, you know, I used to compete with them in a regional tournament, and I knew it was like one of the teams to look out for when I got to regionals was this Cary Super Skippers will be fast, and I have to be ready for that.
Let's move to the next heat.
55 from Korean national team, Juhyun. Sorry, 1 second. We're just getting the heats worked out. Okay, so we're actually on heat 56. My apologies. We have from Summerwind Skippers out of Boise, Idaho, Michaela. Team France, Sonia. Soul Jumpers, Ali. Also Soul Jumpers, Nupur. The Funny Skippers, Karina. Georgian Jumpers, Stephanie. Bouncing Bulldogs, Shalini. Summerwind Skippers, Ashton. Jumping Eagles out of Colorado, Emily. Bouncing Bulldogs, Lena. The Camrose Spirals, Felicity. The Funny Skippers, Emily. The Bouncing Bulldogs, Ella. Abbotsford Skipping Sensations, Reagan. Abbotsford Rope Works, Ellery. And the YMCA Super Skippers, Grayson.
And I think we can straightly move to heat 57.
Okay, great.
So we have 57, Team France, Maureen. YMCA Super Skippers, Madison. Kangaroo Kids, Jeanette. YMCA Super Skippers, Anna. Indie Airbears, Emily. Funny Skippers, Ranja. Funny Skippers, Clara. Jazzy Jumpers, Haley. Kangaroo Kids, Evelyn. Skip Stations, Brooke. YMCA Super Skippers, Lindsay. Dublin Sparks, Lauren. APRS, Anita. Crazy Skippies, Yana. Jump Stations, Samantha. And APRS, Ines.
So Rachel, you were asking something before about dealing with the audience.
Yeah, so do you find it motivating for the audience to cheer you on, or do you find it more of a off-putting sort of, you know, do you know what I mean? It's not bad that they're cheering you on,
but sometimes it can be stressful.
Yes.
So it completely comes down to how prepared I am for the event. For events that I'm very well prepared for, I want the audience on my side.
Right.
For example, 30 seconds, I would love the audience cheering me on. Personally, 3-minute speed, not my best event. It feels like extra pressure that I'm going to let them down.
Yeah, and I feel like they start cheering in 3 minutes, like in the last minute, so it reminds you that you still got a minute to go.
Oh, there's nothing, for me personally, and you know, I think jumpers, you should check in with your fellow jumpers, but there's nothing worse than 3 minutes when someone says you're halfway. It just makes me want to put my rope down and walk out of the room.
Yeah, or you're just over halfway.
Yeah, or
anything to do with halfway.
That doesn't make me feel happy. That doesn't make me feel like I've gotten anywhere. It just makes me feel like I have half the time left. No, that said, I mean, what we did talk about this briefly earlier, but I do think it's incredibly important to know your splits. Yeah. So even in this 30-second event, when we get to top level jumpers, like I know for me, 10 seconds I want to be at past 30.
Yeah.
And then 20 seconds past 60. Correct? Yeah, right? I'm like trying to remember, make sure I get this right. 20 seconds past 60.
So you know you're going to hit 90 basically or above.
Exactly. So you, and yeah.
But you always find with 30-second speed, the last 10 seconds is the hardest. And that's down to, like, I would say stamina, but it's over 30 seconds, but it pretty much is stamina. The last 10 seconds is the hardest to do.
It is, but I find, personally, I find the last 10 seconds to be incredibly motivating because this is it.
Seconds left.
It's that middle 10 seconds. That's probably the hardest.
Yes, that's true, actually, yeah.
All right, so we are now on. Okay, yeah. So we are on, my apologies, we're on Heat 59. Avon Aerial Orioles, Jane. From the Bulldogs, we have Jesse. From Just Jumpin', Avery. From the Association of Portuguese Rope Skipping, Maria. From Dublin Sparks, Abby. From the Essex Energizers, Madeline. From the Jazzy Jumpers, Adriana. From the YMCA Super Skippers, Ashley. From Albuquerque Air Jump Rope, Amelia. From the Bouncing Bulldogs, Reagan. From Kangaroo Kids, Emily. From the Comet Skippers, Claire. From Jump Company USA, Abigail. From Soul Jumpers, Diane. From Comet Skippers, Lindsay. And from, I'm sorry, I'm going to ask you to pronounce
Somate?
Samate. I'm going to get this like very soon. It's just isn't, it's not how it looks. So from Samate, we have Laura.
Please let me know if I'm saying it wrong. I need someone to let me know if it is right.
10, 20,
All right.
Okay, moving on to Heat 60.
We have from the YMCA Super Skippers, Aaron. From the Bulldogs, Caroline. From Comet Skippers, Dharma. From Sports Ensemble Chemnitz, Marlon. Also from Sports Ensemble, Rania. Essex Energizers, Megan. From Soul Jumpers, Peyton. From YMCA Super Skippers, Haley. From Indie Air Bears out of Indiana, Lilith, who is someone actually we want to try and get for an interview because Lilith has a very interesting story. Comet Skippers, Quinn. Funny Skippers, Antonia. Association of Portuguese Rope Skipping, Erica. From the Hot Shots, Olivia. From Sambate, Hungary, Tata. From YMCA Super Skippers, Anna Maria. And Jump Company USA, Julia.
And this is a female division, single rope speed 30 seconds, female division 16 and younger.
So Lilith is actually, so this is actually something we kind of do in jump rope a lot is we have, Lilith is an exchange student. Her team is in Germany. She's from Germany. She's from the team called the Jumping Swans. And she's staying with the Indie Air Bears for the year. And so she's been training with them, practicing with them. And I know that the Bulldogs actually have a jumper from Germany who is staying with them. And I know the Comet Skippers have done that a lot. And so it's actually pretty cool. It's like within the sport of jump rope, we have this like foreign exchange where not only do we stay with each other on trips, but we many times go live for a year and go to school in another country so that you get to jump with another team, which I would imagine is a very cool experience.
Yeah, I feel like it really highlights the community aspect of jump rope. Like everyone knows each other. It's like one big family.
Absolutely. All right, so we are on to Heat 61 from the MBKK, Esther. From the Cardinal Skippers, Esther, different Esther. From Comet Skippers, Olivia. From Soul Jumpers, Anvi. From Comet Skippers, Noelle. From the Skip Stations, Jessica. From the Bulldogs, Alexa. From Hong Kong team, Wing Yi. From Essex Energizers, Shelby. From Comet Skippers, Ali. From Korean national team, Yoon So. From Abbotsford Skipping Sensation, Sadie. From Essex Energizers, Denise. From Avon Aerial Orioles, JC. YMCA Super Skippers, Lucy. And the Crazy Skippies, Maria.
1 by 30. Judges ready, jumpers ready, set.
Okay, I have a question, Rachel.
Yeah. Go.
Do you have a song or a type of music
I thought you were going to say, do I sing? No.
Will you sing us a song right now? No, I won't do that. But if Lee were here, I might ask him to do that. So what is your like pre-warm-up routine? Like, do you listen to music? Do you like when you're about to go on the floor for something like 30 seconds? What did you do?
To get my head in the game?
Yep.
I guess. Yeah, maybe like it's more about keeping myself to myself. If I'm doing an individual event, keeping myself to myself. And that sounds really almost rude of me. Like if I've got loads of people
think it
coming up
sounds
to me, like I'd rather just keep myself to myself until that event's done. Like really focus.
So really staying by yourself,
Yeah.
staying in your own zone.
Yes, definitely. But always keep skipping. If I sit down or if I stop skipping, I not lose focus, but I almost get really nervous. So if I keep skipping, it keeps me like motivated.
Got it. All right, so we are on heat 62 from MBKK Rika. From Rope NCU Belgium, we have Luna. From the Comet Skippers, Michelle. From Indie Air Bears, Kindly. From the Bouncing Bulldogs, Bailey. From Jump Stations, Cassia. Hot Dog USA, Alexi. From Abbotsford Skipping Sensations, Kaylee. From Sambate, Hungary, Tira. From Summer Wind Skippers, we have Kennedy. From Team France, Emma. From the Bouncing Bulldogs, Jordan. From Summer Wind Skippers, Sakura. Crazy Skippies, Andrea. Bouncing Bulldogs, Rebecca. And Extreme Air of New Hampshire, Emma.
As you can see on station 2, we have Luna competing for Belgium team, and it's our first competitor
From Belgium,
from Belgium.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's super exciting, I think,
Yeah,
for
it's
a lot
totally
of us who've
exciting.
been around the World Jump Rope competition to watch athletes who we know come and compete here for the first time, athletes like Luna.
She came with her parents. Her dad is her coach, and they're totally excited to see this event because they've never been here before. They've seen Paris a little bit, and that's it. So they're totally excited. So
Her dad
we're
was
happy
also
to
the-
have Belgians here.
Yeah, her dad was also the national coach for Belgium.
Yeah.
Belgium
Yeah.
is one
Thank
of
you,
one
Rachel.
of the kind of pillars in terms of countries who have really like stabilized what jump rope is today. Belgium is one of those countries that you could always look to them for the best jumpers, and they're always kind of leaders in the sport. And that's also one of the really exciting things about the merger is Belgium is traditionally a country that has only participated in FISAC, with the exceptions of just a few. And I know that there are a lot of Belgian jumpers who I grew up looking up to, and it's really exciting to know that, for example, my jumpers on the Bulldogs will get to have that experience where they get to look up to a lot of these European countries who they've never otherwise gotten to compete with.
I agree.
Okay, so I think we're on heat 64 right now. We have Hot Dog USA, Alexis, Jump Stations, Mackenzie, Bouncing Bulldogs, Anna, YMCA Super Skippers, Natalie, Abbotsford Skipping Sensations, Faith, Bouncing Bulldogs, Alexandra, Indie Air Bears, Megan, Lincoln Leapers, Taylor, Hot Dog USA, Dana, Zombate Hungary, Lola, YMCA Super Skippers, Karis, Indie Air Bears, Morgan, Just Jumpin', Jessie, Kangaroo Kids, Lillian, Bouncing Bulldogs, Megan, and Jumping Eagles, Ricky.
So I think we got this heat mixed up, out of order. So that's the next heat. No problem. They happen very quickly. So this heat, we have Hot Dog USA, Emily, Lincoln Leapers, Sydney, TV Roringen, Kira, Bouncing Bulldogs, sorry, I got distracted with Bouncing Bulldogs, Liv, Bouncing Bulldogs, Bella, Summer Wind Skippers, Susanna, Bouncing Bulldogs, Madison, Team France, Apolline, Bouncing Bulldogs, Rachel, Soul Jumpers, Megan, Proform Airborne, Bailey, Skip Stations, Kara, and Sports Ensemble, Anna, YMCA Super Skippers, Carly, Hong Kong Team, Yukjing, and Hop Skip Jump, Susanna. So we saw 88s, 89s, you know, we can kind of get a sense of where the competition is just looking at the scoreboard and looking and see how many high 80s we have. Because more and more 90s will start to pop up, and that's what we want to see.
So now we are in heat 64.
And we said those names
Yeah, we
before.
said those names, but I would like to say that it's already female divisions, 17, 18 years. So we are gonna look at scores.
I can tell you just in this heat,
Last-
Anna Furlong is in station 3. She's a bulldog and she's incredibly fast. One to watch.
Yeah,
I
and
can't
we're
believe she's 17 or 18. Wow.
wow. And we're gonna be looking at scores already 100. So it's gonna be over 90 for
90
sure,
is
and close to 100, which is really really exciting to watch.
And I think something else you'll notice is I think we'll get into the 90s today. I would be very surprised if we saw a 100 today.
Totally.
Mostly because, I mean, the world record is 103, but also you'll find on finals day, the added pressure of the best being together generally pushes the scores up a couple pegs. So I would say that if we see an 100, my guess is it would be on Friday.
Right.
All right, so we have a 93. Who is that? Super skipper, Carrie Super Skippers.
I think that is the highest.
Yep.
Yes, it's the highest.
Natalie Ellis carries Super Skippers, 93. Unofficial, right? So these are great like kind of indicators of where they are, but we won't know the official scores until they come out. And again, I want to apologize. I know that that page is currently down and people are having a hard time seeing that, but it's something we are working on, and we promise we will let you know as soon as that gets updated. All right. Heat 65. Rachel, you want to do it?
Yeah. Okay, so we have Cardinal Skippers Allison, Korean national team Hyunjae, Jump Stations Taylor, China Ning, Manchester Met jumper Sophia, shout out to her, she's from the UK. Well, she's from Bermuda, but she lives in the UK right now. Korean national team Hyunjae, Crazy Skippies Antonia, Summer Wind Skippers Abigail, Hamilton Hoppers Samantha, Stanford Jump Rope Caitlin, TV Roringen, Svenja, YMCA Super Skippers Cynthia, Jump Rope Federation of India, Nitiban, Abbotsford Skipping Sensations Arden, APRS, Portugal Irene, and Just Jumpin' Hannah.
And those jumpers are between 19 and 22. So we move to division female 1922. We're looking for scores over 90, close to 100. So let's see.
All right. So we have a 90. What was that?
97,
Oh, where?
98, 97.
Oh, this is so exciting. 97, a 98, and a 90. So the 97 is from the Korean team.
And the 98, it was from
Taylor from
Jump Stations.
And then the 90 was... oh, no. I missed it. Sorry, I'm trying to work this out. Okay, so either way, we have a 97, a 98, and a 90, which is... I hope I'm really wrong about this whole 100 won't happen today thing. I would love to be wrong about that. All right, so we are about to start in 66.
Yes, that's correct.
So in station 1 from Next Step Jump Rope, we have Sarah. From station 2, Carolina Jump Rope, we have Julia, which is awesome, one of those college teams. From station 3, Hong Kong team, we have Ying. Station 4, TV Rohingya and Annika. Station 5 from Albuquerque Air Jump Rope, Natalia. Station 6, Sports Ensemble Chemnitz, Kristen.
Single rope speed, 1 by 30.
YMCA Super Skippers, Cameron. Hedgehogs, Teresa. Skip Stations, Megan. Cardinal Skippers, Jolyn. Soar Rope Skipping Team, Megan. Lift, Amanda.
10,
China, Yajang. MBKK, Lara. Sports Ensemble, Louisa. And Jumping Eagles, Clarissa.
20,
I have to say that, so Louisa from Sport Ensemble Chemnitz, she had birthday yesterday, and because she
Happy
studies,
birthday.
yeah, So happy birthday, and
sorry, I'm just going to interrupt. We have 97, and
97.
2 97s.
And so it's so great. I was just about to say, I'm so excited that the Jumping Eagles are back because they're a team I grew up with knowing as, I believe they won like the U.S. National Championship in speed many years. They're an incredibly fast team. So Clarissa, Jumping Eagles, with an unofficial score of 97. And then do you know who the other one was?
So I believe it was field 12.
yeah, it was field 12,
Yeah.
12
From
and 16.
Lift, Amanda Davis.
Yeah.
This is so exciting. I hope, just to give it a little bit of perspective, watching the 30-second speed event at this stage in the competition, I feel like we would have usually seen a couple of 90s, and we have seen a whole handful of high 90s
already.
and I don't know, I have my suspicions, but I really do think changing the order of the competition and having this event be in the middle of the day is going to breed some higher scores in this event, which is really exciting because to me, this is like, who is the fastest jumper in the gym? That is decided by 30-second speed.
Yeah,
Because there isn't an event where you're going faster.
It's more than 6 jumps per second.
It's wild. These jumpers are incredible.
That's incredible.
Okay, so we have Heat 67, Summer Wind Skippers Erica, Proform Airborne Paige, Burmese Bounce Backs Safia, Green Belt City Stars Kim, Burmese Bounce Backs Fiona, Team South Africa Keo, Sport Ensemble Frizzy, Soul Jumpers Suzanne, Lift Marcy, Albuquerque Air Amber, Burmese Bounce Backs Laurette, Burmese Bounce Backs Kendia, Sport Ensemble Claudia, Hamilton Hoppers Sandy, Hot Dog USA Shandy, and Lift Alice.
That's great to see that also coaches, because now on the floor we've seen some coaches.
That's a really good point.
Competing, and it's amazing thing also for the jumpers to have their coach involved in competing, and they can share the feelings and also the pressure from the competition. They can they share the experience from both sides, which I think it's.
And I think what's like really exciting about what you're saying, having these coaches on the floor, is a lot of them are ex-jumpers. So for example, Erica Smith from Summer Wind Skippers is someone I grew up competing against, and first of all, mad props. I'm like, I don't think I could do it anymore, and she's just out there hitting 80, 89 unofficial. And so to watch these jumpers who are becoming coaches continue to excel as jumpers as well is incredibly impressive and very exciting for us as a sport to know that our young athletes are in the hands of experienced competitors. All right, Heat 68. All right, I'll do it.
Yeah, 68.
68?
Sorry.
Okay. So and now we are moving into the boys division. So you'll see the athletes got smaller again because they're boys. And we're going to get older and older as the heats go on. So from the Bouncing Bulldogs, we have Reed. From Hong Kong team, we have Chun Lun. From Hong Kong team, Xu Kwa. From Up and Down, Sergi. From Northbridge Knockouts, Christopher. From Hong Kong team, Ka Chun. From Hong Kong team, Sis Hai. From Hong Kong team, Koi Kai. And from Burmese Bouncers, D'Angelo. From Muskokie Nation Scissortails, Joshua. From Muskokie Nation Scissortails, Justice. From Up and Down, Dimitri. From Hong Kong team, Chong Hao. From Hot Shots, Ethan. From China, Junhoon. And from Bouncing Bulldogs, Micah.
So I would like to summarize the female division. So we've seen top scores from the youngest one. It was unofficially 86. Then we've seen by the older ones over 90, and the top scores they were 98, 97 unofficially. So.
That's wonderful.
We have really, really good scores.
So I also wanted to let you all know, so the way the speed events work is we run, as you've seen so far, we're on Heat 67. So we start with one event and continue the heats even though we're changing events. And so I wanted to let you know that the next event will start at Heat 84. So I know that it's not like other sports where you run based on time, but we really run based on what heat is going. So heat 84 of the event will switch. And what do we have next? Do we know?
It will be freestyle.
Single rope freestyle for the
Yes.
novice. All right, so that's what you can look forward to coming in heat 84.
But now heat 69.
We have from the Jazzy Jumpers, Maverick. From China, Sengran. From China, Si Cheng. From the Korean national team, Jiyoung. From China, Hejuan. From China, Ziki. From China, Minghwan. From Extreme Air of New Hampshire, Porter. From Hong Kong team, Qinhei. From China, Ruiling. From China, Mingjie. From Northbridge Knockouts in Australia, Lachlan. From China, Sihan. From China, Ziyang. From China, Zhang Hao. And from JR Zing jump rope team, Wan Hao. I think it's, we are obviously noticing that there's a lot of Asian countries participating in the male events, and that's because, as a generalization through the sport, the Asian countries are pretty stacked with males. It's a much more popular sport in the male population in the Asian countries than, for example, in the United States. It's far more popular for girls to jump rope, and I think it's incredibly cool that their boys are so, first of all, like fast and talented, but that it's such a part of the jump rope culture there is male dominated, just because in the rest of the jump rope world it is a pretty female dominated thing.
Okay, so we had an 86.
Is incredible.
It's incredible.
What is the score from last year?
So from last year, this is male 10 years and under, and from last year we have 158 divided by 2. It means 79. So we will be looking for
that or higher, 79 or in the 80s, low 80s.
Yeah. So 86
was wonderful.
That was
good.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to remind you guys that tweet us, let us know if you have any questions or any interviews you'd like to see. My Twitter is RachelSparks23.
My Twitter is No Easy Tricks, like easy the letters.
My name is Anishka and my Twitter is Anisbo. So Twitter us, ask questions, send us some recommendations, idea. If you want to know about anyone, any athlete or any person involved in the sport, let us know and we will find out.
These boys are fast.
They're fast.
They are little and they are fast.
So it's really interesting also to see the posture of the jumper. Some of them, they are keeping up straight, watching to the front. Some of them watching the floor and being bended to the front. Depends on the preference. There are jumpers being fast, being up straight, but bended at the same time. But there are fast jumpers being bended and bent over
we talked
and
a
watching
little bit about that
yeah.
before, but it's good to bring that up
Okay,
again.
thank you.
No,
Thank
it's
you.
good because I know there are a lot of people are just joining us. So the posture is, I think it'll be especially prevalent in this event because we do have a lot of Chinese jumpers, and the Chinese team does tend to bend over pretty much like at the waist. If you're watching one jumper who is just completely 90-degree angle bent over, and the benefits of that are you can use a shorter rope, and that means the rope can move around faster, and you can get the rope around more like a smaller space more quickly. But again, it's one of those things we don't have like a conclusive one's better than the other. We just every country has their preference, and I love jump rope culture, and that I love how in every country or every part of the world they do things a little differently, and I like kind of picking that apart and looking at how and why that happened. All right, so we have heat 70. So heat 70 we have from the Comet Skip. Oh, we just passed.
Yeah.
Heat 70. I'll just read it all off so that we make sure we get everyone. So heat 70 we had August from the Comet Skippers. From China, Hao Yu. From Heart and Soul, Logan. From China, Yang Chen. From China, Zhen Ran. From China, Hu Yan. From China, Chang Yang. From China, King Feng. From China, Jihao. From China, Cheng Kai. From the Bouncing Bulldogs, Cole. From Proform Airborne, Carson. From the Association of Portuguese Rope Skipping, Joao. From Just Jumpin', Jensen. From Viscoki Nation Scissortails, Zane. And from Viscoki Nation Scissortails, Christopher. You want to give us heat 71?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So heat 71, we have Bouncing Bulldogs, Clem. Brunch A, Sina. Proform Airborne, Preston. APRS Portugal, Duarte. Hut Shots, Brady. Muskoki Nation Scissortails, Elijah. Muskoki Nation Scissortails, Derek. Muskoki Nation Scissortails, Kate. Proform Airborne, Seth. Bouncing Bulldogs, Jonas. China, Ho. Ropids, Jonas. A different Jonas, that is. China, Yu. Heart and Soul, Cooper. Comet Skippers, Caleb. And Jazzy Jumpers, Joseph.
And now we have heat number 72 from Hong Kong, Cho Korean national team, Yang Yong, Comet Skippers, Dylan, Trotamundos jump rope team, Homar, JR Zing jump rope team, Haoin, China, Hong Rui, China, Xiao, APRS, Portugal, Philip, Doubling Sparks, Medics, Soul Jumpers, Kyle, Bouncing Bulldogs, Noah, China, Hao, Jumping Eagles, Scene, China, Rui, Heart and Soul, Connor, China, Hao. So let's see the scores. We've got 92 times. It was station number 11.
I think
and there was China.
Yeah, 9
China,
and 11.
How, yeah.
I'm excited to hear from the Chinese jumpers about how they're getting these jumpers so fast. It's amazing.
Yeah, totally.
All right. Are we on to 73?
Yes.
Okay.
Around 90. Now we have heat number 74 from Academy of Skipping Up and Down, Maxim, Hot Shots, TN, Willem, Bouncing Bulldogs, Caleb, YMCA Super Skippers, Guy Michael, Team Friends, Ty, Rope Warriors, Justin, Comet skippers, Jonathan. Comet skippers, Matthew. Comet skippers, Grant. Fermi bouncers, Judah. Funny skippers, Cameron. Comet skippers, Andreas Diaz. Dublin Sparks, Josh. Dublin Sparks, Drew. Comet skippers, Eric. And Portugal team, Hugo. I have to say, if I'm not pronouncing it correct, or if we are not pronouncing your names correct, we are sorry. We are trying our best.
Yeah, please let us know.
Let us know, text us or Twitter us, and we would like to improve our skills.
And I'm just going to introduce Lee back into the conversation.
Hello, everybody.
Lee is back.
Welcome.
And for those of you that are just tuning in, it's the World Jump Rope Championships 2018. We have 900 competitors over 30 different countries here this week. And right now we are on the 30-second speed.
Male division 13-14. Watching for scores around 90.
20.